the homie C-Rod, and today I got 10 decks that you could build for super cheap. How cheap? Well, I got $10. If you got $10 on you, let me show you 10 bucks. If you got $5 and $5 more, you got $10 and you can build this entire freaking deck. And literally it's the themed decks of all of these. So I'm just gonna go straight into it. These are 10 decks that you can build for $10. So we are gonna start off by mentioning Bobbity. Bobbity, you know Bobbity, he has his little crystal ball and he's trying to like get the power to bring out Majin Buu. Well, this deck right here is running around like $9, $10 max if you get like some of the most expensive cards, but ideally it's like it's literally less than $10. You could get the whole engine, you get the Hercule to search you out the Majin Buus, you get the little Majin Buu engine, you get the Yamu where they're trying to drain the energy out of the players, and the deck revolves around you pretty much fueling your field spell, which is the egg that, you know, Majin Buu lives in. And once you get a certain amount of cards under the field card, you can bring out Majin Buu and kill your opponent. But this deck, the whole theme, less than $10, a lot of fun. I'm not gonna say you're gonna go win first place, but you know, it's a $10 deck. You get what you pay for. Another theme deck, if you want to build, is you can build a Jurin deck for like $10, like literally all of it, and get all the commons. You do not need them foiled out. If you really want to make a deck like super expensive, if you want to make this $10 deck into like a $200 deck, just foil out all the common cards. But honestly, everything's cheap to make a Jurin deck. The SRs are relatively cheap, and it's all themed to Jurin, like all Universe 11. So if you have $10 on you and you're a huge fan of Jurin, you know, why not build a Jurin deck? Obviously, there's promotional cards. There's some OP counter cards like Flying Nimbus. If you get a hollow and stuff like that, those could rise up the price of these decks. But if you literally just stick to the theme, you could get a Jurin deck for like 10 bucks. And then, you know, like keeping it true to the themes, we got another cheap old deck for you, and it happens to be the Fusamasu with the earrings, you know. And the Fusamasu for like less than $10, yet again, you could literally get the whole Zamasu engine. You could get the Goku Blacks, you could get the Zamasus, you could get the Mafuba, you could get the Time Ring, you could get, you know, the good counter Dimension Magic, which is literally one of the most expensive ones. You could get the SR Infinite Fuse Zamasu, which is the boss monster. You can literally get the whole package of Zamasu for like less than $10 and build a Zamasu deck. And it could beat some decks, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could beat some decks, but by no means you're gonna go in there with the basic Zamasu deck with all the Goku Blacks and Zamasus, and you're gonna be like, yeah, I'm gonna go win my local tournament, and you get obliterated by the new Broly with all the SRs, you know, and the secret rare, you know. They have like a $300 deck, you got a $10 deck, you know. But these are decks just in case you know, you're on a budget, you know. It was that time of the month, you gotta pay your bills, you got 10 bucks, you're still trying to play a new deck. We also got Dr. Mew out here, man. Dr. Mew, literally get the whole deck of Dr. Mew, like every single card of Dr. Mew that makes Dr. Mew freaking like playable, for like the cheapest. I think it's like $3-4, $5 for the whole deck, $5 for the whole Dr. Mew deck. You know, the SR, which is the Meta Rildo, it's freaking cheap. It's like 20-30 cents, I think 50 cents or something for the for Rildo. So like, get a playset, and that's the boss monster of the Machine Mutants. And Dr. Mew isn't that bad. He's just like, you know, he's not the meta. That's why these decks are cheap. If Dr. Mew was meta, guarantee all these cards would be way more expensive, but it's not. But if you want a cheap deck, why not go with GT Dr. Mew? Another theme deck that you could also build for super cheap is Broly. You know, the first like edition of Broly, the OG Broly, the original gangster Broly that, you know, Vegeta was like freaking super scared of. That deck, you could build that theme for like $10. You could get the Brolys, the one-drop Brolys. You could get the Brolys rings. You could get the negates. You could get the SR Brolys for super cheap, which is like one of the most expensive cards in the whole deck. But the whole deck, you can literally build it for $10 and have a playable Broly deck. And Broly's not that bad. He was one of my first favorite leaders of Dragon Ball Super card game, because this guy's literally from set 1. And then another deck, you know, you could also build for less than $10. Like this, I can't emphasize it much, like this, like to $10 that much, can't even speak. It's $10, man. You could build an Android 13 deck. The whole deck is freaking dirt cheap. You get all the androids in the deck, and then common, and then you just put them in the deck and you build it. You get the 17, you get the 18, you get the 13. The SR, which is the boss monster, is only like 50-60 cents. Also, you can get the playset for less than $10. You got all the androids you ever need, and then you got an Android 13 deck right there, and it's literally themed to the character. It's literally the theme of the deck. Obviously, if you want to make the deck more broken, you can get some of the tournament pack winning Android Super 17s. You can start throwing in like super combos that, you know, are more expensive. Hollow it out, but for like $5, you can get the whole deck, like literally the whole deck, and it's themed to Android 13. And then obviously another deck you could also build is Frieza. The old school Frieza, Golden Frieza. Just get all your Frieza's army members, just like in the movie where Frieza gets all his Frieza army minions to fight the Universe 7 representatives, you know. And then literally just get all Frieza's army members. You can even build it with Captain Ginyu in it and all the Captain Ginyu members, and it'll still be less than like $10. So Frieza, if you're a fan of Frieza and you only got $10, why not build a Captain Ginyu Frieza deck, or just, you know, Frieza deck, or literally it could be Captain Ginyu if you really want to make it Captain Ginyu also. Another one that we got is Son Goku from Goku's lineage. This Son Goku from Goku's lineage is also a very cheap deck if you want. You could, like I said, you can make it expensive, get the secret rare, get, you know, some of the more expensive Goku lineage cards, but for less than $10, you can make a playable Goku's lineage where you run like pretty much everybody that's a part of Goku's family members, and it's a like pretty good deck. What you do is you just swap. You know, it has that swap mechanic. You swap, you bring out bigger battle cards by swapping in and out till you get to the biggest battle card, and that guy is like a double strike 25k, and you try to swing on your opponent. If you're starting the game, this is one of the stronger decks that you could possibly play with if, you know, you're on a budget and you got $10 and you really want to, you know, I got $10, I want to try to play DBS TCG. Another one, for $10, you could also get a Demigra deck. And Demigra is, you know, overround monster. It's the black leader, and what you do with this guy is you pretty much overwhelm a lot. And if you're the type of player that likes messing around with your like graveyard or your drop area to manipulate the field and stuff like that, Demigra is a very good option. And for $10, you could get a good Demigra deck with all the black cards that exist. Obviously, you want to make this from a $4 deck and get the secret rare, get some of the more expensive overround cards like overround Boo, Demigra, stuff like that. Then this $4 deck, it'll bump up to like a $100, $300 deck if you get the secret rare and all that stuff. So that's it. You could build more decks than just 10, guys. I just wanted to make this deck just to, like, you know, show you guys, to get your foot in the water. All you need is $10. Honestly, I could have made a deck profile. I could have made this video what decks you could build for $5. If you can literally make a lot of decks for $5, $10 to make it slightly better. Obviously, the more money you throw at it, the more the more better your deck is, and the more competitive it gets, and the more times you win. But you can start off somewhere, and with $10, these are some decks that I like. And let it be known in the comment section below, what is your most budget deck, and what is the most you're willing to spend in Dragon Ball Super card game? For me, I don't even want to talk about that because my wallet has been socked in the face really hard, and it's still getting socked in the face, but you know, it's strong. It still can handle some more booster boxes coming my way. But like we always say, not said, y'all stay super.